This video is to talk about the things that changed during my transition. Because I transitioned, because I'm a tranny, because I transitioned, I'm a tranny, and I transitioned. One of the first most difficult things for me to have to learn how to do was put on and apply makeup. I just thought that I was doing everything wrong, and I actually found out I kind of was doing everything wrong. So applying the makeup was a really difficult thing to adjust myself to as I was doing my transition. So it also was really hard to get used to wearing makeup. So when I would hug somebody, I would leave makeup on their shirt, or if I rubbed my eye, I would smear the makeup off of my eyes or into the inner part of my eye. Or if I was, eating, I would feel like I smeared it around my mouth area. And it was very difficult, not used to. Why did I say that? It was very difficult to get used to having makeup on my face all the time. Hair was always coming down in my face and like touching me like right here and there. And when it started growing down lower into my nose, so I'd have to itch my nose, and I would scratch the makeup right off. And my hair, I wasn't used to having long hair. So that also meant that when I was taking a shower, I used more conditioner, more shampoo. Hair would come off into my hands, because when you have short hair, short cropped hair like I used to have, you don't have hair shed, you don't have it showing. So it's coming off of my hands, and I have to put it on the side of the, shower wall so that it doesn't go down and clog the drain. And I had never had to deal with any of that stuff before. And drying my hair was a disaster. I didn't even know how to dry my hair, like rub it on with a towel, or like fling it around like a dog, or what do I do like to dry my hair? So I eventually just said, forget it. I'm not going to try and wrap it up in a towel like I've seen other girls do, because I don't even know how to begin to do that. I was petrified when I got my ears pierced. Like, I was so scared, and I washed them and cleaned them just as many times as they told me to, and rotate them and everything like that. But I was really scared that I was going to screw something up, because, I tend to do that. I totally tend to do that. Anyways, the first time after they are all healed up, I had to pull them out and put them back in, and, put in new earrings, and I was scared. It made my heart pound out of my chest, because I didn't want to hurt my ear. I'm sticking a sharp thing through my body, through a piece of my body, and it freaked me out. So getting used to putting earrings in my ears was a big deal to me. My boobs are just hanging out there. They're a 36 double D, so they're quite large. So that means I can no longer reach left very well or right very well. I can't go either way very well anymore. So it's like my boobs are in the way. I can't just put on a pair of running shoes and shorts and a shirt and just go running anymore, because my boobs bounce up and down and they hurt. That's kind of weird, getting used to not being able to do the same things the same way you used to be able to always do them. That's not including the energy loss that you get, because now you don't have the testosterone that you once had in your body, because everything changes when that testosterone goes. Even the oiliness of your skin goes away. So I never had to lotion my skin before or exfoliate, and my skin was beautiful. Now I have to exfoliate all the time and lotion my whole body down after I take a shower. People calling me ma'am was a very weird thing, because they say ma'am, and I would turn around like, are you talking to somebody else? Because I just wasn't accustomed to that. I was accustomed to feeling like a woman, but people calling me sir. And after years and years of this, you just get accustomed to it, and it just is normal. But now they were calling me ma'am, and I feel like a girl, and I'm not being called sir anymore. So at first I was very weirded out by it, but then it caught on, and I really enjoyed it, and still do. Guys are coming up to me and talking to me, and I'm talking to them like I've always talked to guys, because I used to be one of them. Well, not really. Technically, I was never one of them, but they always assumed I was. So here I'm talking to guys, but I'm doing it with a girl's voice and looking like a girl, and I didn't ever catch on that these guys were flirting with me. I had to have a girlfriend tell me that, and I was like, what? They were flirting? They thought I was flirting? And these guys were giving me their numbers later on, and and I had to get accustomed to guys paying attention to me. They act weird now around me. They don't act like I'm one of them anymore. Yeah, that's a weird shift, isn't it? Dancing was ridiculous. Like, the first time a guy actually asked me to dance, I was like trying to dance to them, but I went to go take the position that the man takes, so I was like doing it all wrong. And then I wasn't accustomed to having you know, to have myself be led by the man. I was used to the one leading when I was dancing with a woman. So it was all awkward and weird. Like I had two left feet. And it was horrible. Conversations would come up all the time where people were asking me, and they still kind of do, about my kids. And I would talk to them about my kids, you know, and everything that I love about them and everything. And then they would say, well, you don't look like you've had one. And I'd be like, 'cause I haven't carried any of my children in my womb. My wife carried them. Smelling different was definitely cool because now I don't have the same scent as I once did. When I sweat, I don't smell. That's weird. I'll play racquetball sometimes for 4 hours at the gym, and not kidding you, I don't smell afterwards. Like, I don't get it. I've had people even ask me. They're like, did you just come from the gym? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, you don't smell like it. And I'm like, well, thank you. And they're like, you smell good. And I'm like, that's great. But it was so difficult to learn how to manage my voice without hurting it and still make it sound like, hey, this is a girl's voice. That's, you know, and I practice every single day to this very day. I even practiced right before I shot this video. So I work on it all the time, and that was hard to get used to, going out in public, talking in a different voice, getting used to that being my voice, and then finally actually having it become who I was. Weird, talking in this different voice that I was just not accustomed to. Anyways, that's everything that I had to get used to. If I think of anything else, I'll shoot a video about it, I guess. What are some of the things that you personally had to get used to in your transition, and what was it that you had a hard time adjusting to? Thanks for watching my video.